Hi everybody, it's your favorite full-time drummer, Glenn Giordano, here again with a little zombie apocalypse quickie. Something for you to work on, for those of you who have the time, and a lot of us do right now. This is a really cool lick, also based off the 6-stroke roll. One that you've heard Mr. Gadd do many times, and I believe he did a form of this in some way on the Steely Dan Asia. So let's talk about it. Let's get right into it and let's talk about it. The 6-stroke roll, just to refresh your memory, right? It is, if you're left-handed, and I am left-handed, and I'm going to play this lick on a lefty kit, and I'm going to lead with my left, it is left, right, right, left, left, right. Again, left, right, right, left, left, right. All right, you can just match grip or traditional, doesn't really matter. This lick has a nice little stretch up to the rack, and for me it's a little easier to do it when I'm doing it with with traditional grip, a little easier that way. If you're doing this right-handed, by the way, it would be right, left, left, right, right, left. You would be doing it this way, right, or right, left, left, right, right, left. Right, left, left, right, right, left. So let's get right down to the nitty-gritty here, and we're going to change this to, I'm going to show you two versions of this. One is the 16th note triplet way, and then the other version would be Settuplet, a way of this. And they're kind of cool. You can even put them together. Watch. So here we start out with the basic rudiment. Starting with your lead hand on the floor tom. It is, for me, left, right, right, left, left, right. Left, right, right, left, left, right. One and a triple left. One and a triple left. All right, and then we put them together. One and a triple left. Two and a triple left. Three and a triple left. Right, and when I put a little power to them, right now, let's take that out of the groove, just so you can see how it works. Nice, cool little lick. I probably would never do it that long in a tune. Maybe let's add a 2-bar break or something. I usually use that kind of thing fast in solos. But let's change that to a Settuplet. Now, instead of having the bass drum be with the floor tom on one, or the downbeat, I should say, I'm going to put it in between all of those. Watch this. Now it's left, right, right, left, left, right, left. And I started that first one on the rack tom. I do that particular lick a lot in my shows. But let's do it the way we've been playing it. Left, right, right, left, left, right, left. Now if that's the downbeat, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Very cool, right? Let's take it out of the groove. All right. Let's do it with a metronome now, because you should practice with a metronome, because here's the tendency, and I was probably doing it too. Here's the tendency to rush with the Settuplet version of that idea, because you've got to throw more strokes in, right? You're doing 7 strokes where before you were doing 6, and you've got to rush that. So the tendency is, because you're rushing your hands, sort of, right, to speed up the beat, and you can't do that. What's cool about it is if you do end up doing these together, without speeding them up, you sound like you sped up without having done it. There you go, that's our metronome going at about 102. Now I'm going to try and put these together. I think I'll do a groove, the triplet version, a groove, the septuplet version, a groove, and then let's see if we can put them both together and not push on that metronome. It's a tough thing to do. It is really a tough thing to do. You may even hear that I get a little ahead of it, but then I try to find my way back to the beat, and that is something that happens sometimes in live playing. It's when you are a regular drummer, that's going to happen to you sometimes, and you got to learn to deal with that, and know that it will happen, and make the adjustment. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. First, regular triplets. Right, easy peasy. And you know, I'd probably never go on that long with them. Here's the tuplets. They're hard. You can see for a little bit there was a little moment I was ahead of it and I pulled back. Because that's what live playing's about. Let's try to put them together. Let's see if we can do it. Go back and forth. And there you have it. That is the 6-stroke roll, back and forth between the tom-toms and your snare. Listen to Steely Dan Asia. Mr. Gadd does it very, very well, and he does the Settuplet version, I believe, during that. And you can hear a lot of other guys do it in a lot of different ways. So once again, with what we're going through, please, folks, live well and be well.